Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum once again. Welcome back. News and views on Salam Media with me, Julie Ali. Our first guest is here to talk about a very important issue, and we know it's going to have huge impact on all of us here in South Africa, and it is the imminent fuel price increase in South Africa and how it's going to impact the taxi industry. And we do also know the impact on other commodities like food, transport, etc., etc. Theo Malele, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. You are the National Taxi Alliance spokesperson, and with a sharp fuel price increase forecast for the month of April, we do know you, myself, and everyone in South Africa are very, very concerned about how this will impact on commodities, but very especially taxi fares. A very good morning. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, and thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
This fuel increase makes it inevitable for us to adjust, the taxi fares. However, should government heed our plight, things may take a different shape. As you and I would appreciate, the fuel price is made out of just over 50% of levies. If government were to relax some of these levies for this short period, this would soften the blow on the commuting masses who are already spending more than 60% of their disposable income on fuel. And really, this is not fair. Politicians it is now incumbent upon the politicians to do something about this situation so that we all sail through without problems.
Theo, we're getting mixed messages from different sectors of the community. On the one hand, we're hearing that several operators have already issued notices that fares will be adjusted from the 1st of April to aid operations. And then on the other hand, we're also hearing that like you've indicated, hopefully government might be looking into the matter and ease the burden on all of us. We also understand that your association particularly are saying that we are prioritizing the community, and we're hoping that we get some sort of reprieve from government. So will it be fair at all that several operators have already issued notices? What are we going to be doing about possibly clearing up that sort of miscommunication amongst the general public?
Yeah, well, I think for those that have already adjusted their prices, I think they have, hastily done so. What the National Taxi Alliance would do in this respect is to first look at the actual impact on, our operations per liter, so that we can then look at how best can we put up a better pricing structure. But we will not just, sit back and relax without making the necessary noise and knocking at the necessary doors for government to begin to listen to us as a majority public transport mover that has been neglected for so many years. It's about time that the government helps its citizenry to soften the blow on their movement. Should government not do that, it would be very, very much unfair to the very people that vote government into power in order for government to look after their interests. So if they don't do anything about it, then it would be a sad day in South Africa.
Absolutely. Peter Arendse of the Kensington Factoryton Taxi Association has explained that while taxi drivers are already under pressure to meet targets, They are for now taking a very cautious approach. So yet again, we're getting mixed messages from different quarters. Number one, do you not believe that a blanket statement needs to be made regarding taxi fare increases? Either it's being put on hold for now till you get some sort of communication by government. And are you getting any positive indications that government will step in and ease the burden on, I should imagine, not only commuters, but the South African citizen as a whole?
Well, there certainly has not been an indication from government side, but as the day progresses, we may very well, get to that point. With regards to the, blanket statement, yes, indeed, we're supposed to be doing that, but you would appreciate that there are two big taxi structures in the country. That is the National Taxi Alliance and Santaco, and perhaps those that have maybe made their adjustments may not necessarily be our members. It is very clear when it comes to the communication within NTA. We have clear guidelines on internal communication processes. So do we with the external communication processes. So we are not, we are very clear with relaying messages, and we are not ambiguous about that.
Theo, we do understand that this current fuel increase, imminent increase, is due to the war on Iran, and obviously it's out of our hands, government, taxi associations, and South Africa as a whole. But it is time that government stepped in and eased the burden on the working class and the poorest of the poor, because this is going to have a direct impact on the working class and the poor people. Do you believe that perhaps trade unions too should become active regarding pressure on government to curtail price increases, or come up with a solution that will ease the burden on commuters?
Yeah, no, we certainly need everybody to join hands with us to exact the necessary pressure on the authority so that they can actually begin to hear the pressure that general society is facing with regards to these fuel increases, even though it is out of our control. But you see, the democratic government inherited what Sasol used to do to derive fuel from coal. Wonder as to where and what has happened to that process, because that would have been a best solution, given that we have coal in abundance in the country. Maybe that could also help in softening the blow on the cost of fuel in the country. But yes, indeed, we would like to join hands with the unions and all other forces within the country to ensure that the government moves and adheres to our flag.
Okay, Theo, we're going to take a short ad break and see if we can perhaps reconnect with you, because your picture is a bit... Yeah, your picture's a bit bad, and also the sound's not too great. So we'll try and reconnect with you. But in the meanwhile, we are going for a break. This is News and Views right here on Salam Media.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
You know, it's It's a wonder how kids get anything done these days. With all the distractions, when do they even get time to study? As a mother, all I can really do is make sure they have all they need to perform at their best. That's why I choose to include Sunfoil, triple refined pure sunflower oil with every meal I make. Naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether I'm cooking, frying or baking, I know every dish will be a wholesome one. Sunfoil, now we're cooking.
When disaster strikes, families lose everything in an instant. Homes destroyed, communities displaced. Hope fades into uncertainty. Our Global Emergency Fund ensures we respond without delay, delivering food, water, shelter, and healthcare to families in need. To support our Global Emergency Fund, visit islamicrelief.org.za.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media.
لا تقل لوحدي أو كيف السبيل.
Humanity sets the agenda.
تصنع المستحيل.
Welcome back. It's 8:21 a.m. News and Views on Salam Media, and we will continue our discussion with Theo Malele, National Taxi Association spokesperson, but we'll continue the discussion via telephone because his connection was very, very patchy. Theo, can you hear me now? Welcome back. Theo, are you there? Okay, we're still having problems with that connection. I think we will then have to terminate this part of the interview. It doesn't seem as if we're going to have much success, but I do believe that we have covered the more pertinent of the questions regarding the fuel hike and the impact on the taxi industry, which then has a direct impact on all of us, you, myself, our workers, our domestic employees, and I guess every strata of society will feel the impact of this current fuel hike. We do hope and pray that government comes to the party by easing the burden. Somehow or the other, one of the, they need to look into the fuel levies and ease the burden on us as road users and taxpayers. I'm actually surprised that they haven't looked at a strategy up to this point in time. Perhaps they are in discussion regarding all of these matters, and hopefully we might hear some good news a little later on in the day regarding the indaba that they might have had regarding this current fuel hike. Because if there isn't a cap, if they don't put a cap on the current fuel hike, there's going to be massive issues in the country. I think, in fact, it will impact on our already youth employment crisis. It's going to further knock that sector of the community as well. Theo, I see you on screen again. Welcome back. Did you hear my commentary? If you did hear it, please unmute yourself and do respond to me, please. Okay, we're not winning with Theo, so I'm going to leave it there. Please give it some thought. Please, apply your mind to the commentary that I have shared with you now on air, and perhaps you want to become a part of the conversation. Let us have your comments on our socials, and we can then go on and share it with our viewers. And of course, whoever does, visit our socials will then see all of those well-meant messages to our fellow citizens and to government as well. And we're hoping and praying as this interview goes out that government is applying its mind to the situation at hand. Okay, I've been told that Theo is on the phone. Theo, hello and welcome back. Theo, are you there? Can you hear me? All right, my producer is indicating that we should give Theo 1 more minute to get himself ready to respond to everything that I have raised here on air regarding the rising fuel price and the impact on the taxi industry towards fare increases and the ripple effect it's going to have on all of the other commodities, food especially, and you and I, as ordinary South African citizens, will give our production people 1 more minute and see if we can connect up to Theo. Theo, good morning. Welcome back.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for having me.
Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam. Nice to have you back. So your response, please, to everything that I've been saying on air over the past few minutes.
Well, even though you were not so clear on my side, but I guess you're talking about the blanket messaging on this aspect. If that is correct, yes, indeed, we must appreciate that there are two structures in the country. There is the National Taxi Alliance and Santaco. And from our side, our internal communication processes are quite clear. So all members of the National Taxi Alliance would actually be talking the same languages as I do internally. And we also have an external way of communication as well. So our communication is streamlined. It's just unfortunate that some people may not have that pleasure of this kind of communique, whereas they actually do their own. So we first have to work on a structure of pricing, and this should be well informed, as an input cost. It shouldn't be a thumb suck exercise. We have to look at its real impact on the cost of travel. Only then can we make this kind of a statement.
Okay, Theo, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you indeed for your input. Theo Malele, National Taxi Alliance spokesperson. The time is 8:27 a.m. And when we come back after the ad break, inshallah, we're hoping to connect up with a United States-based Palestinian journalist, Sam Husseini, and we're going to speak about the millions of people that took to the streets in the United States this past Saturday in their fury against Donald Trump and the war on Iran.